Alright, this video is doing a little more practice on telling time. So the purpose of this is to practice analog clock reading, remember that's a clock face, and just times that are a little harder. Alright, so right here we've got your basic formula for writing most times. So it is the hour or hours, and then and the minutes, or if you're doing the subtraction times, minus minutes. Remember, you would use menos if it is 31 to 59 minutes past the hour, if you want. And then your last part, de la mañana, tarde o noche, if it applies. So first let's go over here, and these are some common things I see going wrong, easy fixes. So spelling is one of the biggest issues when you're writing time. You have to know your numbers, you have to know the accents. So 2, dos with an S, but doce, C-E. So easy mistake. Same with the 4 values. Cuatro, there's no Q, you're not flipping the T and the R, you're not flipping the A and the U. 14, catorce, and 40, cuarenta. All different numbers, all spelled differently. 16 to 19, the biggest thing, D-A-C, is not flipping the E and the I, D-A-C. The Z changes to a C, and then you have the I in the middle. And the 20s, remember, 20 is spelled with an E, but for the other values, you need to change it to an I, and then smush that one's value. Again, careful with your E's and I's. In this case, the E comes first. And 30, anything above 30, you're not going to use the I's, you're going to use a Y now. And remember to use a tens value over here, and not a 2 ones value. So 52 wouldn't be cinco y dos, it would be cincuenta y dos. All right, moving on from the spelling, another thing I've noticed is that actually reading the clock, remember the shorthand is the hour, longhand is the minutes. When you're reading the hour, if it has not yet reached that next hour, it's still the previous hour, even if it's right next to it. So right here, so 3, 6, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So it hasn't quite reached 11 o'clock yet, so it's 10 something. And then the minute hand is 2 big ticks away. Each of these is 5 minutes, so it's 10 minutes away, so it's 10:50. Son las 11 menos 10, or if you want to keep adding times, son las 10:50. Alright, jumping right into actually reading the clocks and then going to write them out. Again, the most important thing is that you remember your hours. Remember your hour hand. If it has not yet reached that next hour, it's still the last one. So looking at this one, we're in the morning. So AM, let's see, starting with our hour hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's past 4 but not yet at 5, so we know it's 4. And then the minute hand is almost 5, 10, 15 past, but it's just short, so 4:14 AM. Over here, it's afternoon, so we can write PM. Let's see, 1, 2. It's not yet at 2, so it's 1. And then right here, it's almost half past, but not quite. So it's 1 minute away, 1:29, almost 1:30. And then over here, let's see, 2, 4, 6. So it's past 6, but not yet at 7, so it's 6. We're at night, so that's PM. And then minutes, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. 6:17 p.m. Now when you're writing these out, since it's more than 1 hour, son las 4 y 14, catorce de la mañana. Right here, since it's 1 hour, es la. Remember uno here, because time is feminine, changes to una. The hour changes, the minute doesn't, okay? So if it's 12:01, it's son las 12:01. But here, since it's the hour right next to the time, it does change. And then E, 29, 20, right here, 9, and then de la tarde. I'll let you write that out. And then over here, 6:17, son las 6, y 17, and then at night, de la noche, right there. All right, this part I really wanted to touch on because it's the most challenging set of times. Questions like these you'll see on extra credit or the harder questions on quizzes and tests. The hardest part of the day is from 12:31 to 1:29. And some people also, well, 1:30. And some people also struggle with 1:31 to 1:59 as well. So kind of the afternoon section of time is the hardest. And here's why. Because the hours are changing so much, you know, from 12 is a son las time, 1 is an es la time, and then 2 is another son las. So you really have to be careful, especially if you're going to the next hour, you know, you're doing the minus times, that you're writing es la or son las correctly. And you have to decide whether you want to do the adding and consistently or do the minusing and then stick to it. When it's over 30 minutes, you should be consistent in whichever one you choose. So let's see, let's figure these out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, so it's 2 something, just 31. Over here, we've got 12 and then 1, and it's not quite at the 1. So it's 12, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. And then over here, so it's past 9, 9, 10, 11, not yet at 12, so 11, 45, 46. Please pause the video and try to complete these, and then we're actually going to go over them. All right, going to work through these now. Okay, so 2:31. I'm going to write all minus times because those are usually the more challenging ones for most people. So, more than 1 hour, son las. You're not going to write son las dos. It's not going to be 2. It's going to be 3. So son las 3. Since I'm minusing minutes, menos, I'm not subtracting 31. How many minutes are left until it will be 3? There's going to be 29 minutes. So, 29. Remember to check your spelling. 12:49. This is a tricky one because you automatically see a 12 and want to start writing son las. But the next hour after 12 is 1. Instead of son las, you need to start with es la. And since it's going to be 1, remember uno changes to una. We're not adding, we're minusing. Menos. And how many minutes until it's 1? So 49 to 60, that is 11 minutes. So 11. So 11 minutes to 1. 11:46, going to be 12. And it's not going to be exactly noon. Okay, it's just going to be 12. So we're going to start with son las, 12 in Spanish. 12. Subtracting. And then how many minutes are left? 1 minute shy of 15 minutes, so 14. Check your spelling. And since this video is optional, I am going to quickly go over the practice. So pause, try it on your own, and then we'll go over it. Alright, moving right along to the practice. Got a nighttime time. Let's see. Okay, very, very close to 6. But you can see it's not actually past the amount of time it would be for it to be 6 o'clock. So it's going to be 5:58. Over here we got a afternoon time, p.m. Let's see, the hour is up here 12 to 1, so 12, and then 30, 35, 34. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the morning over here, a.m., your hours, 3, 4, 3, and then your quarter 2, so 3:45, and then one more afternoon time over here, 1, so not 2, 1:30, 1, 2, 3, 1:33, and it's PM time. As far as the Spanish part goes, son las 6 menos 2 de la noche. Here we're approaching 1, so es la 1 menos 26 is 26 de la tarde. 3:45, son las 4, going to be 4, menos cuarto, a quarter to. So son las 4 menos cuarto de la mañana, morning. And right here, 1:33, so approaching 2, son las 2 menos, 27 minutes to, menos 27 de la tarde. If you still don't want to do minus times and you're doing adding instead, the answers would be son las 5:58 de la noche, son las 12:34 de la tarde, son las 3:45 de la mañana, and es la 1:33 de la tarde.